Viewers, the latest news about Ethiopia, Amhara, and Tigray region is that viewers, in the previous video, I had informed you that according to reports, there is heavy fighting between the Ethiopian National Defense Force, its allies, and Tigray Defense Force in and around Vaja on the Amhara Tigray border. And according to the latest reports from many reliable sources, Tigray Defense Force has defeated the Ethiopian National Defense Force and its allies in and the surrounding areas of Vaja. Viewers, according to reports from Tigray Defense Force sources, Tigray Defense Force has taken full control of Vaja on the Amhara Tigray border, and Tigray Defense Force soldiers are present at the Amhara Tigray border in Vaja. Because while now fighting is spreading in the areas of Amhara region, and reports are being received from several sources that Tigray Defense Force soldiers are now heading towards Kobo, which is situated on the A2 highway in the Amhara region. But till now, no report received from Tigray Defense Force Central Command and Tigray government about the reports that Tigray Defense Force heading towards Kobo. Because on the other hand, so far, no report from the Ethiopian or Amhara government about the ongoing fighting at the Amhara Tigray region. And on the other hand, according to reports, there is also a heavy war in western Tigray. But no report has yet been submitted from any side about the ongoing fighting in western Tigray. And on behalf of Oromo Liberation Army, it is claimed that Oromo Liberation Army has won several victories in the ongoing fight against the Ethiopian army and its allies in the Oromia region, and has also gained control over many areas, heavy weapons, and vehicles. Where some pictures have also been shared from Oromo Liberation Army, in which Oromo Liberation Army soldiers can be seen in Ethiopian army vehicles. And these pictures you can see on your screen. Whereas on the other hand, the United States, the largest single donor of humanitarian aid to Ethiopia, this week removed the country from a favorable trade program resulting from the government's acts of violence. In the past, the United States had accused Abe of conducting ethnic cleansing in Tigray. And this is in stark contrast to the warm noble glow that surrounded Abe on a visit to Oslo just over the 2 years ago. And when the Tigray People Liberation Front and its allies hit back last year and moved ever closer to the capital, Abiy Ahmed ramped up the rhetoric, and he called the war an existential conflict and declared a state of emergency and urged all Ethiopians to help bury the enemy. And Facebook removed the post because it encouraged violence, and many supported the Prime Minister. And Olympic athlete Haile Gebrselassie was among those who enlisted in the army. And Abe himself went to the front line to lead the counter-offensive. But Abe also got help from elsewhere. A high-ranking party colleague told the Economist magazine before Christmas newly acquired drone and other high-tech weapons from the United Arab Emirates, Iran, Israel, Turkey, and China have been crucial. And if the war continues, several analysts fear that foreign interests will contribute to a Syriafication of the country, and the UAE and Iran, which are bitter enemies, support Abe. At the same time, the Prime Minister is in the midst of a bitter conflict of interest with Sudan and Egypt, and two countries sharing the water supply from the river Nile when the great Ethiopian dam Jerd is soon completed. And Sudan also faces conflict in its border areas, as does Kenya. But the main risk is that Ethiopia will fragment further and the country to be torn apart. According to the Dan Smith, he is director of the SIPRE Research Institute and also a member of Morgan Balladet's expert panel, where Smith points out that the war between Abiy and the Tigray People Liberation Front comes in addition to constant rivalry between other ethnic groups in the country. And Abiy's starting point was to break with the model that the TPLF ruled for 27 years. It was a system where ethnic group completed and the country was held together by the strongest group dominating everyone else, Smith said. Instead, it seems that the country is imploding. It is impossible to predict the future, but I do not rule out such a development. On the other hand, the Ethiopian government announced Friday it had released several opposition leaders from prison in an attempt to open dialogue and achieve reconciliation following more than a year of war. And the newly freed prisoners include several leaders of the Tigray People's Liberation Front, as well as members of other ethnic and regional anti government militias. Plus, today, the Tigray People Liberation Front is designated a terrorist group by the central government, and fighting between, on one side, the Ethiopian and Eritrean governments, and on the other hand, the Tigray Defense Forces, and a patchwork of smaller groups, broke out in November when Tigrayan forces attacked an Ethiopian National Defense Forces headquarters. And both sides have reportedly committed war crimes. Following Tigrayan withdrawals from parts of northern Ethiopia in late December, and the war appears to be nearing its end. A statement from the Ethiopian government said opposition leaders were released because one of the moral obligations of a victor is mercy. And despite these attempts at rapprochement, and the horrors of war have not entirely subsided. Whereas an Ethiopian airstrikes reportedly killed 56 people and injured 30 in a Tigrayan displaced person camp late Friday. So viewers, so far the latest update. For more latest update, please subscribe channel. Thanks for watching.